Hey everybody, I'm super excited. It's David Barry here. I'm going to be your host today for our new series. We have Finding Freedom, featuring real leaving California stories. And this is actually our first of many in this series of people that have actually leaving California. Today, we've got a special guest. We have Chelsea Daniels, and we have her realtor with us, Donna Ba. Thank you guys for joining us. Good afternoon, Chelsea.
Hello, David. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. And I just want to thank you so much that you helped us kick off. You are the first one. And Terry's sitting back there in a minute. He's going to speak. But we have almost 300,000 members. And you're the first one that gets to do this new series. And we're super excited to have you. And Donna, how are you? Good afternoon.
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. And thank you for joining us. And thank you for being here. I understand that you're Chelsea's agent. Is that right?
That's right, I am.
Okay. And of course, we got the founder, the creator, the man, the legend, Terry Gilliam. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm great, David. I paid $3.15 a gallon for gas in Florida yesterday. I understand it's $5 a gallon in California. Boy, I really missed those prices. I'm telling you.
Well, yeah, it is. It's crazy. And I thought that maybe Terry was the only one, but I guess there's others. So Chelsea, we're going to be really focusing on you, and we want to learn from you. And again, I want to emphasize the fact that the site is not about telling people to get out of California. Terry and I talk about this all the time. We love California. It's a great state. We just wouldn't want to live there, kind of like you. So we're going to go through everything that you thought of and how you found the site and so forth. So if you don't mind with that, Chelsea, if you could give us a little introduction, tell us about how you found the site and how things got started for you.
Sure, yeah. So my now husband and I were talking pretty much since we first got together about getting out of California for a number of different reasons. And I actually was talking to one of his friends who suggested the Leaving or Life After California group to me. And I joined it. And that's pretty much how we found Donna. We had two of our friends that moved to Tennessee, I want to say 2 years ago. And so we flew out there for about a week and we're kind of, exploring around. Never found anywhere that really felt like home. So Mike is his name. He was like, you guys should really check out Kentucky. I think you would like it also. So I started doing, and your group was a huge help to me for this reason. It's awesome to be able to research in there. You just go in the search bar and type in Kentucky or cities or, anything. So it was nice to have everything really easily accessible for me to do like the research I needed to do to feel comfortable about making such a big decision. And that's honestly how I found Donna. So it all worked out really well.
That's awesome. We get a lot of people say, we get once in a while, we'll get a negative comment, but we definitely take care of those. We want this to be a positive place. This is a stressful time for someone that's thinking about leaving. And we've actually had some people say, oh, well, all they really care about is realtors on the site. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. We have so many resources and information about actually leaving California. So the realtor is a big piece. And oh my gosh, can you imagine if you didn't have Donna? So Donna was a key, and so it's just really nice that you have a great resource. So Donna, tell us a little bit how Chelsea found you, and then what happened from there.
She found me on the group, and we winded up exchanging phone numbers. And she just told me the plan when they were coming in, and we met. We met at a house on the east side of Kentucky first, and they liked it okay, but I think it just wasn't what they were looking for. We looked around at a few more, and the last one we saw, that's the one they got.
And it was funny because I was telling Ryan, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure Donna knew that this house was the one before we did, because she kept saying we were going to other houses, and she's like, yeah, I think you're gonna like the Glasgow one. I think you're gonna like the Glasgow one. And it was the last one we saw, and it was just like, yep, this is it.
I like the whole everything, and it was really, yeah.
Is that where you're sitting right now, Chelsea?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Terry Gilliam, him and I have talked about this. It's kind of funny. He said he put this group together. He had a couple hundred people on there, and he actually had relationships with almost all of his members a few years ago when he started, about 5 years ago. He said that his goal was to get to maybe 1,000. He thought, well, maybe I'll get up to 1,000. And here we are. He's coming up on almost 300,000 members in these groups.
Wow.
And Terry, I got to ask you, is this kind of what you envisioned, this whole thing panning out?
No, no, I think I just struck a nerve, David. I was not happy living in California for a long time. In fact, Chelsea, I'd love to know what was making you unhappy, where you lived in California. Also, why you and your husband, your now husband, were discussing leaving. But for me, it was just the politics, the cost of living, the crime, the homelessness, all of that stuff just kept adding up. And I lived in a really nice neighborhood, but literally a quarter mile away from me was a homeless camp, and it just started getting out of control, and nobody was doing anything about it. So anyway, with that, Chelsea, I'd love to know your background. If you could just tell us a little bit about where you were in California and why you left.
Honestly, so it was pretty much, you hit the nail on the head with that one. I grew up in Torrance and Southern California, 10 minutes from the beach. I had everything there. Did I ever go to the beach? No, hated it. So not missing that. Ryan and I are big river people. So he grew up in Chino, and honestly, it was the same thing, both areas. Well, for him, it was a little different. He grew up dairy farms all around, and, people started selling their farms and stuff, and all these homes started going up and just overpopulated. My area always was, as long as I can remember. I mean, born and raised there. So, and the homeless is another thing, it's very different here. As far as everything is further away, but it takes you less time to get there. So we always joke about it. We're like, man, Walmart is probably 10 minutes from us driving, but it's, 7 miles or so. And the Walmart down where I grew up was 2 miles away, and it took us 3 times as long to get there.
Right.
So it's very, very different, but it's nice. We wanted a slower pace, and somewhere more acceptable for us to start a family and raise them up here and not have to worry about. I'm not going to go into the whole thing of, I don't want to insult anybody, but just a better way of life for our kids in the future.
Could I also ask you what kind of adjustments you've had to make since getting to Kentucky? What is different, and in a good way and also in a negative way? What's been something that you weren't counting on that maybe hasn't been as great as you thought?
So as of yet, there's really been nothing that we haven't loved here, which is awesome. I was not expecting that. The only downside was him and I decided to move all of our stuff and our animals ourselves. So we had to make 4 trips, and that was pretty much the only downside to it. So it's very different here. It's, you go outside and you meet people, and they're actually friendly. People smile, say hi to you. We didn't have that back in California, and so we really made the best choice we could have possibly made, just throwing a dart on a map and calling this place home.
Well, see, we hear that so often, and it's so sad. It really is. I mean, we're Americans. Come on. People can't say hello. They can't wave at you. They have to put their head down. They have to bury themselves in a phone. And the fact that we hear that over and over, and it doesn't matter if they're going to Nashville, Dallas, Austin, Kentucky, it doesn't matter. Everybody that says when they leave, they're like, oh my gosh, everybody's so friendly. It's so warm. It's so nice to be in America again. And I don't know what it is about California. And I've met some nice people in California, but I can really see how some of the bad ones are out there. They're just not friendly. And the other thing that Terry and I always say is, we have not, I think Terry said maybe one. I haven't seen one person that's left. You see people holding up their signs. They're like, we made it to Kentucky. We're so excited. Everybody's so happy, and they're so glad that they made this decision. I asked Terry that a while back, and he said most people say that the only regret that they have is they wish they would have done it sooner.
Absolutely.
So, but it's so nice and so warm to see somebody happy that they took it, because it is a big step. And I'm proud of you for doing it, because now
Thank
look at you, you're smiling, you're happy, you get to enjoy your life. And that's what
Yep.
we only get so many days. So the fact that you can enjoy your life and do the things you want to do is great. I'd like to turn the focus a little bit back to Donna. Donna, if you don't mind, I don't know a lot about Kentucky, and unfortunately I've never been there, but I hear it's an amazing, beautiful place. Donna, if you could share your real estate, kind of what you do in real estate, the territories that you cover. And for someone that's in California right now thinking, well, maybe we'll look at Kentucky, maybe you could share a couple of things about Kentucky as well.
Okay, well, my area is mostly the southern part or south central Kentucky. So a lot of the little towns border Kentucky, Tennessee. So, and there's a lot of little towns, like we have family-owned restaurants in those little towns with family-owned businesses and things like that. And then, so we're about an hour to hour and a half from the Nashville airport. So like if you wanted to live in a little city, and then you could go over to Nashville, it wouldn't take you long, to go to a big city. That's what you wanted. So on this side, though, you have some beautiful lakes, Kentucky Lake, Barkley Lake, and then land between the lakes. That's beautiful over there. I post a lot about that, because if you ever come to Kentucky, you should really go look at that. I was telling Chelsea and them about that. That was one of the first things I told them about.
Yep.
It's really, really pretty. Have y'all been yet?
No, we haven't. We made it as far as Beach Bend because, Ryan wanted to see the track. So we went there opening day and checked it out. And we went to Cave City Cars and Coffee not that long ago. We took the Camaro there. It was really cool. We met a lot of cool people.
Have y'all been to Barron River?
Yeah, we've gone fishing there a lot with our neighbors.
That's good. So
Yeah.
the lakes, and then the airport about an hour and a half away, and then you got Glasgow on this side. And I post about the Ark a lot too. It's up here at Williamsburg. I don't know if y'all been to that. I might not have told y'all much about Williamsburg. That's a little above my area, but it's a nice place to go visit. If you're in Kentucky. And then go.
No, I was just curious because Terry's sitting back there. I'm wondering if I don't know the answer to this. Terry, have you ever been to Kentucky, and what's your experience with Kentucky?
I've been to Kentucky many times. In fact, I was in Louisville last summer. Loved Louisville, great town, lots of great bars and restaurants. Right there on the river over to Indiana, so you can take the bridge over to Indiana. My dad was born in Kentucky.
Oh,
So right on the river to West Virginia, right over there. And so I've been to Kentucky many times, love it. And people think that because you have a Democrat governor that it's a liberal state, but it's not, right?
Not
it's
at all.
No, it's a very conservative state. So for those who are looking to find a conservative bastion, I think Kentucky would be a great option for you. And Donna, tell us about home prices there. You guys have some very affordable home prices, right?
right. We do. So more in the southern part, we have there's a city called Greenville. It seems like the ones that's more rural are the ones with the lower prices to me. The ones that's in the bigger cities like Louisville, they may be up a little higher there, but Louisville's a great place though. But yeah, there's some here for 200,000. I think there was one recently for 150 that was an awesome house. And yeah, for those in the rural area. Yeah.
Donna, can you share with us on that 200,000 price point, how many bedrooms and how much land would you get with something like that?
Sure. I've got one for sale now that's a 3-bedroom, and it's only a 1/3 of an acre. That one is, and it's around
Only 1/3.
What?
That's big. That's a lot of land in California or in Las Vegas where I'm at. But that's funny the way you say that. Oh, it's only 1/3.
It's only that much.
It's
Yeah.
only a third.
That's so fun. That is funny. But Chelsea's got 11 acres, right?
Oh my gosh! Wow.
She's got 11 acres, and her horses love it. She sent me a video when the horses first got there, when she let them out. I almost cried. I watched the video because I was a part of it. It touches your heart. And so when they came running out, one of them even bucked.
Yeah.
He bucked around a little. He was so happy. and they ran and ran and ran through those fields. And it really touches your heart to see all that, knowing I was a part of that. So
Donna, it is so warm as me being a realtor and helping people. This is my passion. I can already feel it. I can sense it. I know the love and passion that you have.
mhm.
And to see that smile on Chelsea's face is really, really exciting for me. If somebody wanted to get a hold of you, Donna, what's your email or your phone number? Could you share that?
My phone number is 270-893-8161. And you
Okay.
can text or call me.
And then Chelsea, I want to get back to you just for a second because and it was really interesting that Terry asked you if there was tell us the downside of being in Kentucky. And you said there isn't any, which is really cool. And then so if somebody's sitting in California and they're watching this video right now and they're on the fence and maybe they're not thinking of Kentucky, maybe they're thinking of somewhere else, but they're thinking about making the decision that you made. What would you say to somebody that, that is going through that process because since you've experienced it?
Honestly, my biggest thing was Ryan and I had a lot of support from our families, so that really helped. My dad was super upset that we were leaving, but he understood. So the best advice I can give is it's very scary, and still there's times where Ryan and I were like, oh my gosh, are we really gonna do this? Just do it. Don't look back. You really only live once, and if you're unhappy there, this is the chance that you get to take to, go do something else, see other things, and possibly make a life where you are actually happy, because there's more to it than just working and being miserable when you come home and, for a number of reasons in the state you're in.
Great advice. I really appreciate that. Perry, do you have anything you want to add to the top of that?
Yeah, first of all, neither one of them has a fake background, right? Chelsea and Donna, that's actually Kentucky you're looking at.
Yep.
Right,
And
right.
Donna, that's a beautiful view behind you also.
Thank
And
you.
second of all, I grew up in the Deep South, and in the Deep South, they think that Chelsea, David, and I have the accent. I just want to make sure people know that.
They have called us out on it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, Donna,
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, Donna, you've been a great addition to the group. You've contributed so much. You've worked with several people already to help them, and I just want you to know I appreciate it. And Chelsea, congratulations on a great move. God is good. Life is good when you're outside of California. Again, if you want to stay in California, by all means, that's great. But if you want to leave, this is an amazing country we live in, and I highly recommend people check it out. Check out Kentucky, check out Tennessee. Find the place, just like Chelsea and her husband did. Find the place that's home to you, and by all means, make that leap. I don't regret a single minute that I left California 2 years ago after 35 years there. And boy, life is sure good after you leave.
Before you go, Donna, I just want to just tell everybody that's watching this video that's thinking about leaving, we are all about resources. And we have a network of over 300 realtors that are just like Donna, that help people every day of their lives. And we put smiles on people's faces. We have a network of realtors that we can help you take the stress out. We give you free information about cities. If you're thinking about different cities, we'll give you all kinds of information. We can even possibly help you save some money. So please reach out to me or Terry, and we'll get you connected with one of our premier realtors in our group. And I want to have Donna, please, if you have something else you want to add, please go ahead.
I do. One question I get asked about a lot is our weather here, about the tornadoes. And it's so hard for me to answer that question because I can't tell somebody whether it's going to be, what the weather's going to be. And I get asked that quite a bit. So I thought maybe Chelsea could answer that question.
Yeah, well, I mean, I texted you about that. That was my main concern too, so
Everybody
and it's always
does.
funny. It's just, I feel like a lot of people ask that because it's, you're from California, you don't have that craziness there, but I'm sure if you went to visit there, you'd be like, oh my gosh, are we going to have an earthquake? You're trading one natural disaster for another. And it's just that.
If you're considering Kentucky, please either look up Donna, message me or Terry. We'll get you connected with Donna. She can answer all your Kentucky questions. And how about back to for the closing words, Terry, the master of leaving California? If you had to give one little piece of advice to these people that are on the fence and they're not sure what to do, what would you say?
I don't know, David, just off the top of my head, if you're considering leaving, but you're torn, just do the Ben Franklin, right? Draw a line down the middle of a piece of paper, write the pros and the cons. If the pros outnumber the cons by emotion or family, or you love the weather, or you don't, earthquakes don't bother you, and the big one's coming, don't you worry. People talk about tornadoes, but the big one's coming to California.
Right.
And then on the other side, put the pros of leaving, and just make a decision and go for it. And it's, it's a big decision, of course, but people like me, I got to tell you, I couldn't wait to get out. I knew the minute I had the chance, I got out literally within a month. So it's just up to people to just make that decision and make that leap. And again, we have a lot of resources. We have movers that can help people move. We have mortgage and insurance people. We have auto transport. And again, as David mentioned, we have over 300 realtors, including selling your house in California. We have realtors who can help you sell your house in California, and plenty of realtors like Donna around the country who can help them find a great home.
It was certainly a pleasure to be with you guys.
Hang on, David.
Go ahead,
David,
sir.
Donna wants to say something.
I had one more thing to say about the tornado weather. I know when Chelsea and them got here, she was surprised that we all didn't have tornado shelters. Remember that, Chelsea? She said, "Where's everybody's tornado shelters?" So we don't have tornado shelters. I've lived here all my life.
Well,
we
Donna,
don't have-
Donna, let me add this about this. I'm glad you brought that up. So my dad, who passed away last year at 92, born and raised in the South his entire life, Kentucky, West Virginia, Florida, Virginia, had never seen a tornado in his life, 92 years. My mom, who's 88, has never seen a tornado and she grew up in Florida her life. And we have tornadoes in Florida.
Thank you so much for watching the video. It was really, really fun to do our first one for finding freedom and our real California stories. If you have questions, or if you want to get a hold of one of our 300 realtors, or you're just thinking about getting out of California, please check the description down below, and it'll give you all kinds of great information. It'll give you contact information for me, for Terry, for Donna, for anyone that you're thinking about getting out of California. Please use us as your best resource if you're even just thinking about it. Thanks for watching the video. I look forward to doing many, many more. If you're thinking about doing a video like this, please also message me, as we are looking for other people that want to share their stories. Hope you're having a great day. I'll talk to you soon. I am the National Relocation Director for the Facebook groups for Leaving California. My name's David Barry. I'll talk to you soon.